I've seen Dune Part 2, but should you? I'll preface this by saying Dune Part 1 was not really my favorite. I remember feeling visually immersed, jaw-dropped in certain scenes, but overall leaving feeling tired, confused, and incomplete. Dune Part 2 made me forget all of that. As with all Denis Villeneuve films, the visuals were gorgeous. He always pushes the boundaries of how crisp and beautiful a film can look. Hans Zimmer's score rattled through my skeleton. Much like the first one, the action scenes are great, if not elevated. However, here there's not only more action scenes, but also there's a real language to the fighting that we see. It's not just senseless action that you're used to in movies. With every scene of combat, there's almost a communication as a part of the story. Everyone will rightly praise the cast for giving great performances, Austin Butler especially. However, I always commend Denis Villeneuve for being a director that's able to get great performances out of his cast. Now, with all that being said, I'm not here to just worship this film. I did have problems with it myself. However, these are personal preference problems. Just in case you have a very similar mindset to me, you might really value these opinions. Namely, it's really big and really long. Now, don't attack me, that's not always a bad thing. In this film in particular, there's a lot going on that always keeps your attention throughout, so it doesn't feel as long. But because the size and scope of the story is so big and every little piece of it is important, if you're not paying attention for any brief moment, you could get lost. Towards the end, I'll admit, there were scenes that I was a little confused about, only to find out from a friend afterwards that it was just something that I missed earlier in the film. And don't get twisted, I'm the kind of guy that's always paying attention to films. It's just that earlier in the film, in this case, was about 2 hours ago. So if complex sci-fi politics and space Jesus prophecies aren't your thing, this might be a hard watch for you. In my Letterboxd review, I made a silly comment saying that sci-fi fans are about to be really annoying because this film was so decent, and people didn't understand what I meant. I'm a Londoner. When I say decent, I mean really good. What I'm saying is, if sci-fi is your thing, you have every right to be annoying about this movie. Talk everyone's ear off because it delivers on every level. And if it's not, or you just didn't love part 1 like me, then I'm happy to inform you that you might still really enjoy this one. I barely remember what happened in part 1, and I still had a really great time. Don't let my personal preferences sway you too much. I'm telling you, this is an excellent movie. And that's the tea.